I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm really tempted to buy this game. I wanted to make a video for the longest time on like Sonic games because mostly they've been very disappointing. But I see it's a very positive, but it's a little pricey though. I don't know if I'm committed to that. Similar to Now, originally I was supposed to do the insert game here experience, much like for Far Cry 6 and Ultra Kill. But I have two reasons on why I never made that video on Sonic Frontiers, and instead I chose to do this review. One, I didn't want to play the game for content. As a diehard Sonic fan, I wanted to play this game in its full experience without recording much or keeping track of what I say. Also out of fear of accidentally contradicting myself because I am stupid. And the second reason is, the game is fucking boring and I hardly made any content out of it. The standard for Sonic games these days is really fucking low. Sonic Frontiers is a game. You can play it. Yes, I'm as shocked as you are. That's how low the bar is. If the game is playable, it's an immediate 10 out of 10. The open world element really fits Sonic. It was, at the end of the day, the main selling point for this game, though I think the level designing is pretty weird. The open environment looks gorgeous sometimes, and the map is large enough that it's just fun to run around and explore new areas, if you can, of course. Yet these weird ass railways that just appear in the middle of the sky just feel really out of place. They become an automated segment that you cannot escape, but hey, at least they reward you with like a memory token at the end so you can progress with the story. The maps are absolutely huge, yet they feel so empty and hollow at the same time. Honestly, I would rather talk to NPCs and do a bunch of side quests to get the memory tokens and progress through the game. And before you complain about this being an action game and that this would take away the action from it, you could just make the quests combat based, fight off enemies, save other NPCs. The potential is there, so why waste it? Though I'm glad the characters got a deeper personality in this game. They felt like actual important characters who contribute to the overall plot, unlike this piece of garbage who had the most bland 2D characters. And they even included an actual 2D character. Oh yeah, speaking of combat, it is another main selling point in this game, and it's actually pretty damn cool. I know you can ultimately beat every enemy by mashing the square button, but you can also experiment with other attacks, and god damn it, does it feel satisfying when you land the hit you knew you were gonna land 100% of the time. There's also a parry mechanic that I keep forgetting to use, but it's there, I suppose. When Steam said that Dark Souls 3 is a similar game, I laughed. But then I got to fight Fortnite Ninja as the tutorial boss, and after discovering that I can lock on the target, it only works for some bosses, it clicked. This is just like Dark Souls! Honestly, the game isn't that bad. It has a lot of glitching that completely fucks my vision, like, for example, the camera controls, that just like to commit a minuscule amount of chicanery every now and then. But at least it's not the tier of these two shit stains. And I'm glad I actually have control over Sonic, unlike this cup of piss. But the control of Sonic mainly comes from the fact that he's slow as shit? Why? I mean, isn't the whole gimmick of Sonic's that he can run fast? Hello? Don't worry, you can sacrifice stone children to the Elder Coco in order to increase your speed and ring capacity. I'm not lying. Honestly, the upgrade system isn't that bad. I think it works pretty well with Sonic as a 3D character in an open environment. There's also a skill tree which I think is pretty sick. Seeing Sonic do a bunch of kicks and flips in the air is pretty badass. And hey, I don't mind giving him new powers. The Cyclone ability is actually pretty fun, especially when you can do shit like this. But some things are just meant to be embedded into Sonic, like his iconic speed. Sonic Fortnite has a bit of everything, except hitting the gritty or some shit. What Sonic Frontiers lacks, in my opinion, is good level design. I don't mind the open zones, in fact I think it's a great experiment and it works well, but you gotta remember that Sonic's a platforming game, and there ain't much platforming going on, let me tell you, and no, this shit doesn't fucking count. The levels themselves aren't bad, it's just that they aren't consistent. They're called the cyberspace, and you're expected to complete 4 challenges in each level and then be rewarded with 1 key for each challenge. And the challenges themselves aren't even challenging. You can practically beat the entire level by flying and spamming the boost button every now and then. Except for this one level which requires demigod skills in order to beat it under 55 seconds. Legit, who's the fucker who thought 55 seconds is enough for this shit? Oh, also 2D levels are still in the game, and at this point I have accepted the fact that we will just never escape them. What sucks about the levels is that they aren't really explained. You just collect gears by beating up bosses and then go to the cyberspace to complete the level and get the keys. There is no theme. I can literally be in the middle of the desert, but my cyber level is Green Hell Zone for the 900th time. They're just completely random based off of old levels in old Sonic games. I think Sega really focused on making this game a bit lengthy. Seeing as you can beat Sonic Forces in under 2 hours, they wanted to milk the playtime on this one. And hey, I don't mind it. I too want to play more Sonic. It's a shame that the gameplay is watching repeated cutscenes and doing fucking puzzles. Why yes, I did choose the fast-paced option in order to fully utilize Sonic's speed and power. I just wasn't expecting to do fucking puzzles. Like, at least make them challenging, for fuck's sake. My brainless puppet can do them blindfolded, damn it. The puzzles are mainly used to get more memory tokens or unlock parts of the map. Again, I don't mind the concept, but you could have tried harder. Your enterprise value is about $2.2 billion. Come on now. Oh, and don't forget about the fishing minigame. That's gotta be my favorite part. Oh hey, speaking of favorite parts, the enemies in this game range from either super shit or super cool. You get the basic enemies, which are a mix of 5 hits to kill and rewriting the script for Shrek the Third in alphabetical order just to reach his ass. Take for example Fortnite Ninja. He seems like a fair fella. Hit him a few times, dodge, hit again, he's dead. Then comes this guy who you look at and go, oh shit, that's a big motherfucker. I bet he's gonna be a tough one. But the only tough part is being able to see where the camera's pointing so I can climb him. Then comes this gay piece of shit who surrounds himself with literal balls, and you must draw circles around him to disarm him. And don't even get me started on the sliding boss that looks like a virus. I hate that bastard. Yo, who put the shark in the goddamn sand? That sharks don't live in the desert. What the fuck? There's also Digi. He sucks. I hate it! Some bosses are like, yeah, I can take you down easily. And some are still easy. You just look at him and you go, Arguably the best part in the entire game is fighting the Titans, which are pretty much the main bosses of the game. Not only do you get to fight them as Super Sonic, who flies around and doesn't take damage, but you also get to listen to some of the best fucking music in video game history. On God, the last time I felt this pumped while fighting a boss was in Metal Gear Rising while fighting Samuel. It's a real shame that the whole stream was fucking muted. The music of Sonic Frontiers is absolutely bonkers, and combined with the badass feeling of absolutely whooping a Titan's ass, it's just too damn good. I mean, just listen to this shit. Holy shit, I feel alive! Overall, I think Sonic Frontiers is one of the best 3D Sonic games we've had in years. It's only half broken, but it covers it up with a unique concept that works surprisingly well with Sonic as a character. It's not quite on the tier of Sonic Unleashed or Heroes, but I think with enough patches it can get there. I did buy the game super early just to experience it on its first try. I didn't want to experience it with patches or with any fixes. I wanted the game to be as raw as I possibly can get it. And surprisingly enough, it was still playable, so I guess that's a win for Sega. I was going to talk about the story, but it's pretty standard and what you expect from a Sonic game, so go experience it yourself. It's only $60 fucking. It's a standard, let's show the enemy that I'm a good guy because I am willing to sacrifice a bunch of shit to save my friends, and I will protect them from the projected Genshin Impact lolly. In my opinion, I think Sega is going in a better direction with this game. More of this, and less of this. And we could get ourselves a pretty good Sonic game. And dare I say, one that actually rivals Mario Odyssey. Not that this one doesn't. Overall, I give Sonic Frontiers a 10 out of 10, baby! That's Game of the Year! Woo! Move over Elden Ring, move over God of War, move over Stray, it's Frontiering time, bitches!